All right, today we're handing you the complete playbook to build a profitable AI-powered business entirely from scratch. And get this, the whole thing can be up and running in less than an hour. Let's dive right in. Think about that for a second. A whole profitable business launched from nothing, completely powered by AI in less than 60 minutes. I know, it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's the reality we're breaking down right now. We're going to show you everything, the exact tools, the prompts, the numbers, and the strategy. By the end of this, you'll have the blueprint to replicate this model for just about any digital product you can dream up. Okay, first things first, it all starts with the product. And with AI, you can generate a massive 197-page book all from a single sentence. Yeah, you heard that right. And here it is. This is literally the prompt that kicked the whole thing off. Seriously, it took maybe 30 seconds to type out, but this one sentence was the seed for an entire 197-page book. So how does a sentence magically become a book? Well, it's a simple workflow. First, you use a master prompt to get ChatGPT to map out the entire structure, all the chapters. Then you just ask it to write each chapter, one by one. To really flesh it out, you can refine the prompts, asking for things like case studies or specific length. That's how an initial 70-page draft ballooned into a 197-page beast. Finally, you just copy-paste it all into a Google Doc, save as a PDF, and bam, your product is officially created. Okay, so you've got the product, but let's be honest. A raw PDF file isn't exactly sexy, right? The next step is creating those pro-level visuals that make your digital product feel tangible, like something you'd pay good money for. And you can do it almost instantly. You don't need to be a designer anymore. For the cover, just hop on Canva and use a free template. Then, for those amazing photorealistic mockups, you can use a service like Envato Elements for about $15 a month. A free online tool can then stitch your front cover, your book, and your back cover into one polished file. Just like that, you've got product photos that look like they cost a fortune. All right, next up, the storefront. This isn't just a website. It's the machine that's going to automate your sales and deliver your product 24/7, even while you're sleeping. Choosing the right foundation is absolutely key here. The platform is Shopify, paired with a theme called Elixir. Now, it is a one-time purchase of $175, but it's designed for one thing and one thing only, turning visitors into buyers. It's optimized for conversions right out of the box. And setting up the store is unbelievably fast. You just upload the theme, create a new product listing for your book, and then, and this is the game changer, you go right back to ChatGPT to write all of your marketing copy, your headlines, your descriptions, all of it. Upload the visuals you just made and your product page is good to go. And since about 90% of your ad traffic is going to land directly on this single page, it's pretty much the most important part of your entire website. And check this out. Here's another real-world prompt. You can literally just give ChatGPT a link to a similar website, feed it your book's table of contents, and tell it to generate all the persuasive marketing copy for you. It understands the context and spits out amazing headlines and descriptions that focus on the biggest selling points for your customers. Okay, deep breath. We're now at the most critical part of this entire operation. You can have the best product and the most beautiful website in the world, but if the numbers don't work, you don't have a business. This is the simple math that will literally make or break you. Look, it really all boils down to two key numbers. First, your customer acquisition cost, or CAC. That's simply what you pay in ads to get one single customer. Second is your average order value, or AOV. That's how much that customer actually spends on average. The golden rule is dead simple. Your AOV must be higher than your CAC. If it costs you more to get a customer than they spend with you, you are, by definition, losing money. And this isn't just theory. Look at these numbers. This is the real-world data from this exact project when it started. The average order value was $43, but the customer acquisition cost was $45. That's a $2 loss on every single sale. That's a fast track to going broke, right? This is the problem we have to fix. So the goal is to transform this losing equation into what we call a rigged slot machine. This is the holy grail of e-commerce. Building a system where you can predictably put $1 of ad spend in and reliably get more than $1 back in profit. The entire strategy revolves around building this machine. So how do you fix the math? It's all about boosting that average order value. Here are the exact tactics that worked. You test a higher price, jumping from $29 to $58. You create a starter kit, bundling the book with valuable digital bonuses to justify that higher price, and you add small, relevant upsells at checkout. It's all about increasing the perceived value so that customers are happy to spend more. Now, here's a pro tip, a number you should burn into your brain. For an offer like this, you're aiming for a 3 to 5% conversion rate. If you're below that, your offer or your ad probably needs some work. But if you're converting above 5%, well, that's actually a strong signal that your price might be too low. You could be leaving money on the table.
Okay, we've gone from a single sentence to a full-blown profitable business model. Let's pull it all together and do a final recap of the complete toolkit, every single piece of software you need to make this happen.
So here it is, the complete AI-powered e-commerce stack. You've got ChatGPT for all the heavy lifting, the product creation, the copywriting, you name it. Canva for your design needs, Envato Elements for those slick product mockups, Shopify and the Elixir theme as your storefront, and finally, a tool like HeyGen to create AI-generated video ads and testimonials. That is the whole shebang. And what's the end game here? What happens when you put all these pieces together correctly? A business model that can pull in 6 figures of profit a year, all while running on just about 90 minutes of work per week once it's up and humming? So let's just recap the blueprint real quick. Use AI to create a valuable product in minutes. Use cheap tools to make it look professional. Build an automated store on Shopify. And then relentlessly focus on making the math work so your AOV is always higher than your CAC. We used a book about divorce as an example, but forget about that for a second. This is a universal framework. You now have the playbook, the tools, and the math. The only real question left is, what problems are you going to solve with it?